Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about pop culture conspiracy theories, and I found 4 really interesting ones over the last few days that I wanted to share with you, and these are ones that I personally had never heard of, and I watch a lot of conspiracy theory videos. Between Michelle Platty and Shane Dawson, those are my go-to girls for conspiracy theories and Mandela effects, and so I took it upon myself to Google crazy conspiracy theories over the last few days, and I found 4 that are so interesting, and one of them I don't know how true it is, but I thought I'd share it anyways. So the first theory I'm going to be talking about is the theory that Beyonce kidnapped Sia in order for Sia to help her write her album. Now, there's not really a lot of evidence that I could find of how this theory came about or why it was started, but the theory goes that Sia in an interview talked about how when she writes with Beyonce, it's almost like being in a camp. And of course people were like, well, what is Beyonce doing that makes it feel like she's in a camp? And Sia kind of just didn't really talk about it that much, but she stated that when she worked with Beyonce that she gave her roughly 25 songs, and she was hoping that she would get maybe a quarter or half of those songs back for herself, and she got one of them. And Sia a couple months ago tweeted, "Hope everyone likes pancakes," and all of those first letters of each word translates to help. Now, that's a little weird to me, thinking that Beyonce kidnapped Sia. I don't know how true that is. What the hell, Beyonce, like, and I'm sure Beyonce didn't even use half of those. But that's the theory, and I don't know how true I believe it, but the next theory is going to be one that's a little more interesting. This theory is that the feud between Taylor Swift and Katy Perry never happened. Now, this one was really interesting to me, and I honestly never thought about it. And if you know me, you know I'm a huge Katy Perry fan. Oh, I'm sorry. And this theory goes that Taylor Swift and Katy Perry created this feud because Taylor Swift was tired of being known as the girl who writes sad breakup songs, and she wanted to be known for something more than that. So they created this feud so that way it would take eyes off of her being this breakup girl, and it would give her more to write about and a reason to write more revenge-based songs. And the feud basically was that around the year of 2013, when Katy Perry and Taylor Swift were both touring their shows, Taylor was doing 1989 and Katy Perry was touring Prism. They're both recently released albums, and Katy Perry supposedly made a deal with one of Taylor Swift's backup dancers that she would offer her, or it was a she would offer him better benefits and more money if she would tour, if he would tour with her on her Prismatic World Tour. And of course the backup dancer took it, and Taylor Swift was upset that she thought her and Katy were friends and that Katy kind of went behind her back to do this. And that's kind of where the feud started. And then it's little things here and there. And I don't know how true the feud is, but that's just what it is. And another thing about this feud is, as you know, for years Taylor Swift's music was never available on Spotify. And Katy Perry was hyping up her album, Witness the release of it, which was released on June 9th of 2017, with her first single, which premiered at the Grammys, Chained to the Rhythm, followed by Migos featured in Bon Appetit and Nicki Minaj featured in Swish Swish. Then it really backfired on Katy because her last album release didn't chart as well as it was supposed to, or hardly at all, because it was the same day that Taylor Swift decided she would make all of her music available on Spotify. Now, if the feud was fake, I think that was a terrible thing for Taylor to do, because I feel like Katy Perry, in the whole feud thing, she didn't really do anything nearly as significant as Taylor did with releasing her music the same day Katy Perry did. The next theory, now this is one for all you Harry Potter fans. So I'm not really a Harry Potter fan. I've read a few of the books, but I never really got into it as much as like some of my friends have. Now this theory might trip you up, and I'm sorry if it like shakes you, but it even shook me, and I'm not even a Harry Potter fan. This theory is that J.K. Rowling doesn't exist. Now, I know you may have heard of this. If you're a fan, you've probably heard things like, I've definitely heard theories about Katy Perry because I'm a fan of her and I do research on her every once in a while. And this theory goes that J.K. Rowling was hired as an actress to play the part of the author of the Harry Potter series, when in reality there was a group of mega minds who spent years and years researching and creating this Harry Potter world and all these stories. Now, there's evidence that goes to show that this may be true because J.K. Rowling literally came out of nowhere. From what I read, she literally popped up out of nowhere and produced these amount of books, and they were just popular. Like, usually when an author comes out with books, they have a few books that they write and release before they get really noticed. But from what I understood, J.K. Rowling kind of literally became famous out of nowhere. And I read that she was kind of a poor child, and she didn't have the greatest childhood. And the theory goes, when people were asking her, like, what gave you the inspiration for this, she said, I was on a train somewhere one day, and I just got to thinking about writing something such as Harry Potter. Now, that's kind of a lame answer, because if you're writing a series such as Harry Potter, where it's this famous and popular, and literally everyone knows who Harry Potter is, you better have a better answer than, I just thought about it while I was on a train one day. Like, excuse me? If you're the author of world-renowned books and popular movies, you better know why you wrote it. And to me, that just doesn't fly, that she just thought of it one day. And also, another reason I believe this theory personally is because, and they're dense books, let me tell you, they're thick books, they're hundreds and hundreds of pages. A woman like J.K. Rowling, who claims to not really know where her inspiration came from or give us a great idea of what she was thinking when she created these series, she released the books really close to the release of the previous one. So I do personally believe that there is a group of people that helped write these books, whether they helped her write the books or they wrote them all themselves and just put her name to it to give people an interesting someone to look at. So if you're a One Direction fan, or you are a fan of Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson, I need you to, like, hold on to your wig, because, girl, this is about to trip you up. So this theory is that Louis Tomlinson and Harry Styles are secretly in love, and that Louis Tomlinson created a baby in order to cover up his relationship with Harry Styles. Oh my god, that is insane just to even think about. And I did so much research on this. There's a full BuzzFeed article that is pages long. And when I say pages, it is pages long, with just tweets, Instagram photos, interviews. Oh my gosh, there's so much evidence on this, on something that I had never even heard of. This theory goes that Louis Tomlinson created a baby with this girl named Brianna, and that their baby is either a doll or completely photoshopped, because here's why. There's lots of evidence that this baby is fake, and it all starts back the few weeks before Louis and Brianna announced their pregnancy. So during a show exactly 1 month after the pair, Brianna and Louis, were photographed together, Louis tossed a doll off stage at one of his shows and said, "It's not real." And so after everything that happened with this theory, people started to believe that that was the beginning of foreshadowing that the baby's not real. Louis and Brianna aren't really on the same page, because the day their baby was born, Brianna posted a picture on Instagram, 1/21/2016, Freddie Rain, love of my life. And then on January 23rd, 2 days after that picture was posted, Louis Tomlinson tweeted, "I'm pleased to say my baby son was born yesterday." Now, the timestamp on this tweet was January 23rd, 2016 at 6:32 a.m. And people did research, and no matter where you were in the world when that was tweeted, no matter where he was in the world, it was for sure the 23rd of January. I think it's weird because his girlfriend posted on the 21st, born today, and then 2 days later he said born yesterday. So there's a day where they don't even know their child's birthday, it appears. And it gets weirder. So Brianna's friend Ashley posted a picture where she said, "Look at what my friend just tweeted me, and I'm so happy for her." It's supposedly a picture of Brianna in the hospital right before she's about to give birth, and it's a picture of her holding her stomach. Well, after Brianna's friend Ashley posted about this, fans went crazy because they did some research, and someone found an account on Tumblr where this woman had posted the exact same photo way before this photo was even sent to Brianna's friend Ashley. And people did some research on this woman who posted that original photo, and they look so similar. Brianna and this woman look like shockingly similar, and even some of the photos that she's taken with her daughter look like the ones that Brianna's taken with her son. It's scary almost. If this baby is just like a doll, or if it's just photoshopped, why would she know how to hold and care for a baby if it's not really responding to her, even if it's not even there? So it would make sense that she would find a woman and recreate her pictures, because that would be, oh, this is how the baby reacts, so if I hold the baby like this, it will look like this. To me, that makes complete sense. Alright, now all the pictures that the baby is in are really weird, because if you look at them, the baby's eyes are always almost closed. And I know you're gonna say, well, it's a newborn baby, it's gonna be tired, it doesn't really know what's going on, babies always sleep. Well, I think there's only a couple pictures where the baby's eyes are open. And in the pictures where the baby's eyes are open, it's scary. That baby looks like something is wrong with him. And there is something wrong with him. And even in pictures with him and his dad, Louis, there's this one picture where it looks like the baby isn't even touching him, but the baby is rested on his chest like this. And if you look really closely, there's like a gap between the baby's head and his chest, and his hand and his chest. So it looks like the baby was just like photoshopped there. Because why, like, if you're holding a baby, the baby's not going to float an inch above your chest, he's going to be touching you. Now, most people are just going to be scrolling through Instagram, they're going to be like, oh, cute, and tap it and keep going. But people that are like investigating this whole thing, because even Brianna kind of just popped up out of nowhere. Like, all of a sudden they were just together and they're having this baby. So all of this to me makes perfect sense. And it gets weirder. There's other pictures where Louis Tomlinson's tattoos don't always line up in the same spot in every picture. Sometimes he has this heart tattoo, and in one picture it's not even there. And obviously we know that he had the heart tattoo because it was there before, and then in this one picture it was gone. And like I said, if you're just scrolling through Instagram or Twitter, you're not going to notice something as small as that if you're just like doing this. Someone did some research, and they found Louis Tomlinson in the exact same pose, wearing the exact same thing, but in another picture that was all over Google. So it looks like they photoshopped Louis out of that picture, posted him in this picture with a blank background, and then just added a baby to it. Because I'll try and post the pictures, it's creepy. It's so creepy. And of course, it gets weirder. So, some of the pictures that were posted after Louis and Brianna leaving the hospital, they're seen getting into these black SUVs and they're putting the baby into the car. Well, someone noticed that in the background of all these pictures there is a giant wall, and it says private property, no trespassing. So it looks kind of like they staged a lot of this. Like they hired people to come and act as security officers to help get all of this covered up and make it look as real as possible, but they apparently didn't do a very good job. In pictures on Louis' Instagram, his hair length is never consistent. In some pictures, especially in the pictures with his baby, his hair is really long. But in other pictures it's really short and then really long again. And people cannot figure out, someone even tweeted at him, like, I may be extra, but whose hair grows fucking that fast? And she's right, because no one's hair goes from the top of their ears to their chin in like 2 weeks. That's not how it works. Let me know what you think about that theory. I know that was a lot to take in. I probably didn't do the best job at explaining it, because as you can see, I'm not a conspiracy theorist on this channel. That's not what my channel is about. But yeah, these are some weird ass theories. Let me know if you believe any of them, if you don't believe any of them. And I want to know your thoughts on the ones you did believe. And these are crazy, they're far-fetched, some of them, but I'm so interested in these, and I think they're very weird to talk about. So let me just know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, see ya.